Hello, I've got a pile of quilting to do on my collage appliqué Lola dog project. This is a mouthful and a half. So while I'm doing it, I'm gonna just talk because I find and a lot of my business is about people coming together in brick and mortar places to actually be in the same physical room as others. And a lot of the power of that is that you talk whilst you're concentrating on your project. It's a bit like all these networking and things, not networking, because they've found, people have dawned on them, that actually when you're walking, it can start conversations. If you're walking with other people, obviously, it can start conversations and it can get you expressing yourself. So it's getting you fresh air, it's getting you connecting with other human beings, it's getting you expressing some things that maybe wouldn't come out ordinarily. So whilst I'm quilting some of this, I'm going to try and talk and quilt at the same time. We'll see. But this is a very general quilting that I'm doing. And I'll just talk a bit about that actually before I get going. Is I'm using I'm just on my tiny little Janome 230 DC, which is a cracking little machine, because it comes with an extension table. So when you're doing free motion, an extension table is the biz. And it's digital, so you get the needle down option, which for free motion for me was just groundbreaking. After doing donkey's years of sewing without one, although not doing free motion, the needle down option for me is just a belter. Anyway, I can talk all about that when I'm sewing. So what I'm using is a monofilament thread, not nylon. I don't want nylon. I've tried it in the past and you don't get success. It snaps and breaks all the time. It's horrible. Also goes brittle and yellow over age. So no thank you. This is, how many yards is it? It's 10,000 yards. It's monopoly, like Monopoly. So it's a superior product. And this one is the matte white. But I could also be using the smoke. These have got their nets over the top of them, because if I use them on the long arm, I may well need the nets, just to encourage the thread to come out straight and not get coiled. But these are 100% polyester. Okay, I've never used them on the long arm before, so they will get used, but at the moment for this project I'm just going to do it on my little bitty machine. I've got the nice view outside. Let me just move it round so you can just see. Maybe you can see little Lilo. There's the garden and the sunshine, because we need sunshine in the UK at the minute. The weather is absolute pants. So there he is, my little faithful friend, little Alfie. He's 13 now. Anyway, so that's my view, sunshine, because when I sew in my sewing room in the main house, in my house, I'm facing the wall, so that probably needs looking into. So it's not so great. And that room only gets, oops, wobble, 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 I'm still here. That room only gets the sun in the morning. Now I've got a fiddle whiddle. I'm not going to do all the fancy editing. It's so much easier to just do it here and now. I'm sure you'll survive life's problems and all of that. Right, I will leave with this more than me, I think. Although we could perhaps get a bit better than that, couldn't we? Do you think we can? If I go like that, you can see me. Hold on. Okay, let's try again. Yeah, so this is where I'm at. That's what I'm doing. Yeah, I'll start talking about where I got the panel from and who designed it and all of that when I get cracking on sewing. But of course now Alfie's he wanted to go outside, so now he's giving me the evils, want to come inside. But he's fine, he's going to be lying in the sun, he'll be okay. All right, let's go. Let's go, go, go. Okay, yeah, so what the panel is a Delphine Brooks Farmyard panel, one of the range she did along with Lewis and Irene. It's one of their manufactured product with a British company, which is amazing. So I'm just deciding where to go next. I think I'll go up towards the nose. Let's go up here. Yeah, because that's fantastic. What you get in the panel is you get the sample image of a pre-made project, so you get that as inspiration, but you also get all the fabrics that you need to cut up to use in your appliqué. So that is wonderful, because a lot of the time with these appliqué projects, people get nervous or scared about what fabrics to use, like, oh, she's used that purple, I haven't got that purple, or, you know, it just gives us all the heebie-jeebies. It doesn't necessarily give me the heebie-jeebies, but it does my clients. And that's who I got these for, mainly, to do this form of appliqué, which is collage, which is absolute fun. So yeah, all of these fabrics I've used, other than the black, that's from my own stash, all these fabrics were on the main panel, along with the template of the shape itself. And if I just stop for a second, I'll go and get that actually to show you, so that it makes a little bit more sense, although you can see that's facing the right way actually for you, so it makes more sense of what I've done. So I'll just do that, pause. Yeah, so there you go, that's the panel. I don't know if you can still get them or not even, but that's the Lola dog one. And that's that you're supposed to, well, you can applique your fabric onto there, but I did mine a slightly different method, and I used parchment paper to stitch my fabrics onto first, and then they form a whole piece, and then you just fuse them on with the aid of Heat and Bond Light. That's how I attached these fabrics. So that's what all of this is. That's the actual project. I've got a private class going to be doing this with me on Sunday. Lovely client Helen, who lives just around the corner. She's organised herself and 3 other friends to do this project. So I'm making sure I've got my sample all done as extra inspiration for them to see exactly what they're doing. But the whole joy of this type of project is not that you do exactly the same as it says on the tin as such, on the sample photo, but that you use that purely as inspiration. It's a guide. That's the whole thing about this project and the panel. It's a guide, so you can use it to get you started. Some people this might be their first time doing appliqué. In fact, I know for a fact it'll be the first time some of the people are making this project. So they won't have a clue. So I don't think they'll finish, no way. But there might be some surprises in there that I've heard one of the ladies. But it's a good day for them to get together, to create some fun, to create together, like I was saying before, to come together in the same space to do an activity, well, in this case with people that they know. They can all, you know, have a nice giggle, catch up. I don't know when's the last time they all caught up like this, if they've ever caught up like this with this sort of activity. Because maybe if your home isn't the right setup to have sewing together, it's not very often you have a room that's got like 4 big tables and you know, a cutting space in there, then an ironing space down at the back. Not normally in homes you have that sort of setup, do you? So they're making the most of the yurt studio here, and they are going to sew together. Just figuring out where I'm up to next. I don't think I wanted to go that way. That's the joy of using monofilament thread. I can just go back and you never know. All I am actually doing is stitching over close to the... Stupid phone cut me off there. Yeah, you can see the black bits there coming through. But again, it's a wall hanging. So you're never going to see that. I'm not really bothered about the back. So I'm using the black wadding because I've never used that before. Now that's the trouble. I can't remember which black wadding it is because I have used one in the past and it was not very good. I think this is a Hobbs one, but I can't actually quote you on that one because I can't remember because I've had it in a tub for ages. My friend Ellen gave me some to try out. And it's excellent. This one is actually very good quality. It's holding together really well. But the one I tried before kept tearing almost and thinning out in places. It wasn't very good. So I wish I could remember. I might have to ask her which wadding it is. But black wadding is fine for the front. And like I say, I'm not really concerned about the back at all. In fact, it might look quite nice. We'll see at the end. Yeah, so that's showing you the bobbin thread. That's that done. Yeah, so I am just stitching around as many of the shapes as I manage. I mean, I'm not going to film all of it, but just to give you an idea, just to have a chat, just for you to have a little bit of entertainment on whatever day it is that you're watching this, that you need a little bit of downtime and you're watching YouTube. That's exactly what I do all the time. There's absolute rubbish on. I'm in the UK and there's absolute rubbish on the telly. I just cannot believe that anybody watches half of it actually. So I will often just put YouTube on of an evening about 9 o'clock. Just go and have complete relaxation. I watch channels like sewing channels a lot. I also watch a few horse related channels. Yeah, and they're stories about, like horse ones, are stories about the horses, about the owners, about how the owners are trying to keep on top of their businesses, looking after the horses because horses are so expensive. You know, that sort of thing. It's all the talking about what they love, what their passion is. And that's pretty much what I'm doing here. So I'm hoping at least a few people will appreciate it. Oh no, so I could do it done. Yeah, and you're just hopefully enjoying the sound of the machine. I have checked and you can hear me fine, even though my phone no longer takes a microphone, so I can't add my microphone onto my phone, which is very annoying. But there we go. My voice is not exactly quiet, so that shouldn't be a problem. But even though this is held down with heat and bond light, I still like the idea of creating some texture to keep these pieces on. And also, if it ever does get washed, which won't be very often because it's a wall hanging, I will be reassured that the pieces will not all come off. That's another thing. This is not about the thread. This is about the project and the practicality of keeping the pieces on, that they don't start coming off. So there's no point me doing fancy quilting. And I think with the project this busy, I think the excess quilting on the body of on the face of the dog, anyway in this case, would be a complete waste of time. and nobody wants that. Just doing his nostrils now. Just going round the once, that's fine. Try and stick to a pattern. Yes, there's overstitching, but if that sweats you out, this is not the channel for you. This is me relaxing and doing what I love. This is to inspire the ladies that are coming on Sunday, and maybe if I do this class with any other groups as well, because a few of the people have shown an interest in it, but it's trying to fit everything in, isn't it? That's the thing. If I go, right, I'm trying to figure out a path here now. Right, so if I go across here and then round this bit of his nostril, or her nostril, whatever, I don't know, their nostril. That's it, around, trying not to get my fabric caught up. I think this machine might need oiling. I don't know if you can hear it squeaking as well. Every now and again it squeaks. Talking to me. Okay, I will now go. Ooh, I might. See, that's the trouble. I keep seeing bits I've missed, and I want to go back, but I'll never get them all done. Nah, never get them all done. But you know what? Just sitting here and just doing this, looking out at Alfie in the garden, and a bit of sun finally. And I'm actually in the warmth because that sun is not that warm. It's another way of me connecting with you, because I've posted on my social media today. That's obviously at Stitchcape. I only do Instagram and Facebook. Don't do anything else other than YouTube. And my website, stitchcape.uk. I put on there a post about getting out and about, and yesterday I'd had a day where I just wasn't feeling the drive, like I was finishing off bits of this project. There you go, more computer issues. So we'll call it a day there and catch up with the stories on my social medias. And here's Lola, my finished collage applique project using the panel that I was quilting in the video. Thanks a lot for watching.